Good morning. My name is Holly. This is my floss tube called Hobbies of Holly. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. If you're returning, I'm so glad you're back. If you are new here, thanks for giving it a try. This is a place where I talk about my hobbies, which currently are cross stitch, knitting, and I wish I was quilting more, but quilting. So today we're going to talk about some of those things. Mostly cross stitch and a little bit of knitting, but I missed you and it's good to be back. When we last spoke, Graham was in the hospital. I can't remember at what point he was in his stay, but he ended up having a pretty big heart cath where he got a few stents put in, but he did well with it and he got to come home. So thank you all for such sweet support for our family when Graham's in the hospital especially. It was kind of fun. His sister Ruby turned 1 while he was in the hospital. It's tough to be the sibling of a medically complex child, but she had a fun birthday and her party was scheduled for the 12th. And he was still inpatient all of that week. And her other grandparents from Maine were coming to town, and her aunts and uncles and cousins on our side of the family were coming. And everybody was like, is the party still on? And Julia had decided the party would be on no matter what. We would just figure it out. But Graham got discharged that morning. So he got home at noon and the party was at 4. But thankfully, my oldest daughter, Alyssa, has become quite the cook. And so, and the hostess. So she took care of all the food for Julia, and my sister, Amy, is quite the decorator and event coordinator. So she came over and set up all the decorations, and it was super fun. I got to see 10 of my grandchildren that day, which was a rare occurrence and so fun. I got to snuggle a bunch of them. Some of them spent the night with us. Some of them only came for the day and had to go back home, but it was very fun. Let's see, what else has happened since then? Oh, I think I had told you my daughter Julia needs ankle replacement, and that was supposed to happen this past week or last week, but UPS lost her replacement. She got a call Friday at like 5 o'clock before her surgery on Wednesday saying they were so sorry, but UPS lost her replacement, which takes 4 to 6 weeks after like MRIs and CTs to be built. And so they had to cancel. It was so, you know how you're like mentally prepared for something big like that, and she'd done all the physical prep, and so it was very disappointing, but it will be when it will be. And so now she's waiting for the replacement, which is rescheduled for the day before Thanksgiving. But if it comes in sooner, they'll do it sooner. And then the only other fun thing is we went to Cleveland to visit grandkids this past weekend because our daughter Lindsay from Indianapolis, her kids were on fall break, so they were going to go visit our daughter Emily in Cleveland. And the cousins love to be together, so we decided to crash their party, and we went up for the night as well. So that's what we've been doing. I don't know how much stitching I've done. Probably not tons with all of that, but some. So I'll show you what I've done. Let's see. First, I have a couple of finishes. Want to see them? I have shown you the Satsuma Street kits. You can get these from your local needlework shop, but also Rachel from Treehouse Fiber Arts sells them. And these two are two I have stitched, and I was, if I'm honest, procrastinating finishing them because it seemed a little overwhelming a task, but I did it this week. Here's the pony, the hobby horse, I guess it is. Oops, I'm tangled here. There it is. There is the rocking horse, and I bought self-adhesive, I guess it's like velvet something or other from Amazon. I'll try to remember to link that below if you're interested in it. And here, what is this one called? Turtle Doves. Isn't it cute? And this one I did in pink. Oh, I have a little wrinkle in it. They're not perfect, and that's okay. The trimming of the backing was a little bit tricky for me. I think there was a learning curve. I'll just show you. The back of this one isn't as nice. You see a little more perforated paper than I would like, but I got a little bit better the second time. I traced it, and my brain has a hard time with reverse images. So the first time I traced it, I did it on the wrong side, so it would have been backing facing up. So I had to, and I had already cut it out, and then I realized this is wrong. So I had to retrace that. But I then learned I need to work hard to cut inside the line because it needs to be smaller, so etc. But anyways, aren't they cute? So I'm ready to gift this one, and I need to stitch it again, and I'm ready to put this one on my tree. I love them. Because these are laying here, I will talk about my framing saga. Many, if not all of you, said, take these back to Hobby Lobby. And I'm so not confrontational, and it felt confrontational, but I did it. Once Graham got home and things got settled, I decided, okay, I'll at least see what we can do or what they're willing to do. It didn't go great, as you can tell, because it's still like this. And it was kind of my word against her word. And she was very sweet, but she said that I wanted it butted right up against, which I remember distinctly saying I wanted 1/4 of an inch. This is kind of a lesson learned. I need to be much more clear, and I probably won't go back to Hobby Lobby, at least my Hobby Lobby. I might try Michael's for a smaller piece, but mostly it tells me I'm going to go back to L&M Framing and have her frame my pieces. Now, I have mailed them in the past and it's gone great, but it makes me just a little bit nervous. And Lisa is probably 45 minutes from me, so I think I'll maybe try to drop them off to her, and that way I'll feel better about larger pieces. But for now, we were able to, in fact, it's kind of torn apart on the back. We took it apart just to see if she could do anything with it. And what I learned is that it's mounted very nicely on the foam board or core board. What's it called? Backing board, whatever it's mounted on. And there was a lot of wiggle room in it. So we at least centered it so it's equally touching on all sides. And I thought, you know what, this will be fine for this Thanksgiving. I'm gonna put it up and be happy with it. But after that, I'm gonna have it reframed. And at least I'll have this frame that I can use for something else. Now, I could tell as we were talking that we were not on the same page about this one. And although, I don't know, I think my biggest complaint with this one is the fact that it's so unevenly mounted and framed, that you can see I have space over here and 0 space here. And you know when you can tell, like, I don't think it's going to be any better the second time, so let's just forget it. But I did try, you'll be glad to know. But I'm going to have this reframed, and then I'll have this frame to use for another project. So that's what happened with those. I had another finish, and I spent yesterday afternoon completely finishing it. I don't know if I'm pleased yet, but I think for a first attempt, it went pretty well. You may recall that from the Dying to Stitch retreat with Alma from Blackbird Designs, this was our retreat piece. And I stitched this drum that was finished in an oval, which I just thought was so unique and pretty. Now I will tell you, the silk trim on it that's ruched, or however that's finished, that was what I wanted, but I don't have any. Where do you get yours? I know there's Lady Dot has some, but in the shops I looked at, it was limited colors. So I actually bought some from Amazon. Maybe I'll try to dye some, but I'd love to know where you source yours. Okay, anyways, I did it. Here it is. It's finished. I ended up using, you know, I love the Whisper trim, but I don't know if it's right for this piece. So once I secure some of the silk ribbon, I might switch this out, but for now it's finished. And so it's a nice oval. My measurements were probably a little bit off. At least it's not the same as the model, because there's a pocket on the back, and I meant to put a pair of scissors in it, that you can put a pair of scissors. but it called for a piece that's like this wide, and that would have covered up my stitching. So I made do. If nothing else, I'm a problem solver. So I made mine smaller. Scissors will still fit. I covered a little bit of stitching, but I also covered a problem. So as I was pressing my final stitch piece, I have a Lara Star ironing system. And so I don't get like that spit of dirty water, but it does, when you first start using it, spit some water, and you're supposed to like hold it up, press the steam button, let it all out, then use it. I thought I did that, but I think I had some water drips. And you can probably see it here. Can you see I have some water staining on some of it at the bottom? There's a pretty good one there. And I don't mind that because it kind of looks like an aged piece, but there's a spot hidden under here that's like a perfect circle. And that was really bothering me. So I was gonna not use the pocket, but I decided if I put the pocket right there, it covers the circle. I can still put some little scissors there, and there's my piece. It was really challenging, but good for my brain to figure it out, and I really like it. Now these pens, I just stuck in there to have some pens in there. I need to find some more Blackbird themed or pens that match the piece better. So I'll probably be shopping for some pens, but there's my finished piece. I'm excited to stitch everything in this book. They didn't say if this was eventually going to be released, but it's so pretty. It has so many pretty pieces in it. I had said last time that I thought I lost my floss at the airport, and Sweet Anne watched my last video and messaged that somebody had found it and turned it in at the retreat. So she mailed it to me with a sweet card. So my floss has been found, and it is very like me to have lost it at the retreat. I'm not surprised. You want to see what else I stitched the last couple of weeks? Holly Jones, Mrs. Jones Stitches, and I decided to do a stitch along out of the Peppermint and Holly book, and we chose Holly Manor, which is this piece right here. Hold on, I need to cough. I'll be right back. Sorry. I was sick a couple weeks ago and I have this lingering tickly cough. Back to this. We decided to stitch Holly Manor, and we did this in July, for Christmas in July, and I absolutely loved stitching it. It was so much fun. I had decided not to add the border, and I was kind of up in the air about what verse or words I wanted to use on it. Let me find the larger picture of it so I can show you what it is. So this is the larger picture. I am one of those people who I need things balanced, and this is not balanced in these words. And I could stitch it anyway, and it's over one, which I can buckle down and do, but the verse just doesn't have meaning for me. It's not very Christmassy, so I decided to stitch something else. I kind of like all the initials on it, but I haven't decided what to stitch. So I got it back out because I need to finish it. And because I still haven't decided what words I want, I decided I did want to do the border. So I stitched the border, and I just don't know what words to put on it. What would you put on it? I love the idea. There's somewhere in this book, there's something that says Merry Christmas. Oh, back here. And I don't know if I could make that fit. I would have to chart it out, and I'm kind of lazy. Sorry about the weird sun coming in that I keep blocking. And oops. Or just the word Merry. But either way I do it, this is the center of the piece. And so, I don't know, it's just gonna take some brain power. And I don't know if I have it yet, but I wanna finish, and I wanna get it framed. I would love your input of what you think I should stitch on it. I had thought I would put all of my grandchildren's initials around here. I thought that could be fun. So I could put our last name. I don't know, I just can't decide. And once I decide, I can finish this quickly. I just have to decide. Input? Ideas? Okay, what else did I work on? Oh. last time I filmed, I pulled a few whips and said that they were pieces I really wanted to put some focus on in the next few weeks. And I did. One was finishing Lettuce and Love, which is this. And I did. I stitched a lot on this. Another piece was Mini Mansions by Annie B's Folk Art, which is this chart. I forgot to hold things up longer. I've got to figure out this light, don't I? Maybe I should close my blinds. This is the piece, Mini Mansions. I started it about the time my mother-in-law passed away this spring. She had this verse printed on her, the little card you pass out with the information at the funeral. And I just thought it would be a sweet memorial to her. And find my board because of the weird sun. And it is not pressed, and I'm so sorry. This is what I've done. When I picked it up this week, I think I was to about here on the house, and I love stitching houses. So it was very much fun this week to work my way up the house. I didn't want to put it down, but there are other things I should be stitching. I still have those birds on the side to add, and then the words at the top, and I think that could go pretty quickly. I'm using my own silk floss conversion that I pulled from Stash. And that's what it's looking like. So there's that. Okay, I'm gonna fix the light, hold on. Then the last thing I worked on, and this was just last night that I picked it up, is my Peacock Unicorn Badger, otherwise known as my Peacorn. Here is what she's looking like. And what I did last night is I got all the blue outline around the tail. I'm so thrilled that this peacock is done. It seems like it's been months that I've been stitching on just the peacock. So that is finished. Sorry about my messy hanging threads. And then I put the stem in and started this flower. Oh, I probably am gonna have to work on this a bit. I'll show you the chart cover. This is by Scarlet Letter, and this is what it looks like. There are others stitching it, and I love watching their progress. And mine is on Pub Crawl from Roxy Floss, sold by Evertote in Canada. And it's dyed to match the background color because otherwise it's a full coverage piece. And it's gonna take me long enough not stitching the background. So I don't know, it would take me a lifetime to stitch it if I was filling all that in. But the colors are just so vibrant, I love it. So I'll probably put some more time into that. I'll show you my flosses. I am using the DMC floss for it, which is messy, but just look at those colors. Isn't that great? Just fun. So I'm just using the DMC, and it brings me joy. Since I had pulled some whips last time and said I wanted to work on them, and I put those in a separate basket, it sort of kept me motivated to pull from that basket. So I pulled a couple more things this time, and I've shown you them both before, that I would like to put some time in. One is AH to EE by Kathy Barrick. I'm stitching this with my friend Kia B. And I have made no more progress on it, but I would like to make some progress on it. So that is something I would like to work on. You want to hold me accountable? Somebody asked me if I've been working on it, would you? And then a piece that has just, it kind of haunts me because I want it finished so badly and I haven't put a lot of time into it lately, is Martha Walmsley by Hands Across the Sea. It makes me so happy. It reminds me of my great-grandmother Roxy for some reason, and I want to get this progress on it. And you know how your phone brings up memories? I think I must have started this a year ago this week, and that made me sad and kind of lit a fire under me that I want to get more progress done. So here's where I am, which is not terribly far, but, oh wait, no, I think it goes like this. This is on the called for linen, which is a tabby cat, and I'm using the 103 silk. I think this was an exclusive from Hobby House. And I think because it has so much color change in it, that is one of the things that slows me down. So yesterday I ordered, I don't know what they're called, threaded needle keeper, maybe. I've seen Shelly from Antique Needleworkers show it. And I decided that possibly if I had many colors threaded and my needle's ready, that I can just pull that color when I come to it, maybe it wouldn't feel so daunting to change colors so much. I've never done that before, but I have high hopes of that. So this is something else I would really like to make progress on soon. I really wish there was more stitching time in this world, in this life. However, I'm also feeling the Christmas pull. I feel ready for Christmas stitching. I feel even ready to decorate for Christmas, which is ridiculous. I am someone who has high hopes for decorating, and then when it comes down to it, I become minimal because it becomes stressy to take things down and store so that I can put things up. And my daughter Lindsay asked me something about what I wanted for Christmas. I was like, I don't know. And then we're talking about Christmas decorations, and she loves it. And I said, you know what I want for Christmas? You to come and decorate my house. And she got excited about that. So when she comes for Thanksgiving, she might help me decorate. She doesn't have to do it all. Just keep me motivated and help me. But unless the mood strikes to do it sooner. Oh, this is a good time to talk about Christmas ornaments. The 2 hurricanes that went through and the devastation is just heartbreaking. And if you are in an area that is still rebuilding, picking up the pieces, I'm so sorry, and we are praying for you. I really appreciated Kim from Sassy Jacks posting a video, an update, maybe last week or the week before. I recommend going to watch that. She was very honest and very raw about what friends and family have faced in the Asheville area. In Florida, our friend Jenny Massini, as I mentioned last Flosstube, lost her home to a fire because of Hurricane Helene. And they lost everything in their home, but they didn't lose family. And they're so grateful to have their family, and they just have the most bright outlook. And I'm so thankful for that inspiration of Jenny. What we have decided to do is stitch an ornament, a Christmas ornament for Jenny, and send to her. And that way, when they do get into a home, they're not in a home yet, and Christmas season is coming, then she can decorate her tree with stitched ornaments or handmade ornaments, and at least that is finished, and she will have those ornaments. And you all were so wonderful when I mentioned just the thought of it last Flosstube, and then I posted it on Instagram, and I've already started receiving ornaments for Jenny, and it makes me so happy. I love getting mail, even if it's not for me, it makes me happy. I think I've gotten 4 so far. Because Jenny doesn't have a home yet, there's just a lot up in the air. I'm having them sent to me for now. She may change her mind once they're in a home and want the remaining ones, to come directly to her. But for now, stitch an ornament. And when you're ready to mail it, then email me for my address and I will send that to you. Or at the time, if I may be sending you an address to send it to Jenny. Please put some kind of identification either on your ornament or a little card just saying who stitched it, so she knows when she looks at that ornament who blessed her with that ornament. But let's just flood her with ornaments. Do you want to? I've been asked about like timing and that sort of thing. I'm a big picture person, not a detail person, so I'm terrible with the details. But I'm gonna say, I don't know when Tony and Jenny typically decorate for Christmas, but I think it would be lovely to have by mid-November in my hands so that I can get to her by the end of November. So if you've been stitching an ornament, or you have one stitched that you haven't finished yet, or you could whip something up really quickly and would like to make an ornament for the Massinis, I would be thrilled to receive those and then get them all to Jenny for Christmas this year. If you have any questions or anything, email me. My email will be in the drop box below, but let's make ornaments for Jenny. As for, I know there are plenty of other stitchers who have lost everything. And I think for now, they need beds and food and that sort of thing. But when the time comes, maybe we will rally around others that have lost their stitching and their supplies and that sort of thing. But for now, we know we can focus on Jenny, and it's just one person we could help. So if that's something that interests you, I would love if you would join with us. Okay, back to Christmas. So this week I had gotten in the Christmas mood, and I decided to go through my drawer over there that has my Christmas charts and my Christmas kits and my Christmas whips in it, and just see what motivated me. So would you like to see what I pulled out? Say yes, okay. Okay, oh, let me see if I can pull whips first. I can't even remember what are in these bags. Oh, this is kitted. First of all, this is a fun bag by Barry from Stitch Folk that I bought last year or the year before. This is one thing I really want to stitch this year. This is by Shakespeare's Peddler. I'm reading backwards, but I think it says Pennsylvania Christmas 2. Isn't it pretty? It's just simple and vibrant and monochromatic, and I love it. So I had purchased number 12 Stitch Co. linen. You know, I talk about them because I love it. This color, which is called Red Rose in 36 count. And now I'm trying to decide what thread I want to use. And so I had pulled 3 threads that I may try. Because it's 36 count, I think a flower thread could work well. I know 32 count works well for flower thread, but I may do a little test stitch and see how I feel about that. I also have some raw linen. Is that what it's called? Yes, raw linen from Color and Cotton that I thought could be pretty. And then again, depending on how this 36 count stitches, I pulled some sulky that's a little more creamy. I think I might like the whiter, what is this? 1082 is the sulky color of this. So I think it would be a quick stitch. Most people, me included, struggle with white thread stitching, but it would be good practice, and I'll be using one strand, whichever of these I decide. So that's something I have kitted that I would like to get going. Another thing in, let's see what's in this. This is Patchwork and Poppy's bag. Oh, she makes a lovely bag. Her name is Jenny, and I think her website is called Patchwork and Poppies. So you can go purchase yourself a bag. This is something else I've had kitted for a while. This is Lizzie Kate, and I think it was a mystery at the time. It's called Holly and Hearts. I know I've mentioned this before, but as a Holly growing up in the 70s, there was never anything with my name on it. So anything named Holly, I'm in. Like, I love a Holly Jolly sweatshirt for Christmas. I think that's why I love Holly Hobby so much. Let's see, I think, oh, here are the other 2 parts to it. This is what the whole thing will look like when it's finished. I did a Lizzie Kate a couple summers ago, and I really enjoyed it. So I bought it kitted with floss and linen, and this came from, oh, I can tell you where I got it. This came from Judy's Stitchery Nook in Harlington, Texas. Is that still in business? I can't remember. Somehow that rings a bell that maybe she's not in business anymore. If not, I'm assuming you can get it at 123 Stitch, since they have Lizzie Kate charts. But that's what it will look like. So that's something I would like to start, although that seems like a lofty goal for Christmas stitching, but I can't finish it if I don't start it, right? That's something on my radar. This is a Dot Dot Goose bag. I think this is one of my first bags I purchased. And sorry, this chart is upside down. But this is Stitches by Ethel. And I bought it last year when Kathy Walker was doing a birthday start, and she told us to stitch anything by Ethel, which it's almost Kathy's birthday. Almost happy birthday, Kathy. So I bought this and I ended up choosing another one and stitching, but I really like that. I love that tree. So that's something that I had pulled fabric, and this is just, I would guess that this is a Legacy Fiber Art scrap, but it's kind of a mystery linen. And then I don't know if these are called for flosses or ones that I thought would work, but I already have the floss in the bag. So that's something I would like to start. I don't think that would take long. Oh, this is one of my favorites. This is, I love the stitch and I love the bag. Do you follow Cross Hatch Quilts Christy? She makes the best bags. I just bought bags from her, and I'll show you when I talk about my purchases, but she makes bags and then she lists them. I think she has a D-stash page, and then that's how you buy them. You just have to be fast and buy them. I messaged her and I said, there's something about her bags that's cuddly like a quilt. Like, I don't know what kind of magic she puts in these bags, but the batting she uses or something, they just feel so good. So anyways, enough about the bag, but Crosshatch Quilts, if you love that bag like I do. This whip is another Kathy Barrett Merry Christmas Wishes. I started it probably last December. Didn't get a finish on it, but I have a good start on it. Oh, not ironed. That's not pretty, sorry. There's my start on it. So that seems doable, don't you think? It's not monochromatic completely, but you use a lot of one color, which makes the process go faster. I believe that I am using the called for silks on it. And Fox and Rabbit Flannel Flower 40 count is what this linen is. So I'd really like to work on that between now and Christmas. I don't know if I could get it finished, but I sure would like to make some progress on it. I love Kathy's charts. So that makes me happy. I had this Tiger Lily project keeper, and I had my Jingle Ball projects in it from last year, which, are you going to the ball? I signed up. I'm pretty excited. I have gone the last 2 years. It is so fun. If you have not, go buy yourself a $10 ticket. You can still get them. I think you can get them like not right up to the ball, but like maybe till the day before. It's $10. You can just go in for the pre-recorded entertainment, which is great. You can go to classes if you sign up for them. There's usually a free class or two. I don't know if they've mentioned that this year. I signed up for the Stacey Nash class because did you see that? Pen Keep Gingerbread House. Oh, love it. I'm excited about that. So I need to add that to my Christmas stitching to-do list. Anyways, the stitching rooms are so fun. We had a blast last year. They have funny names, but usually they will indicate something like there's Christmas Hallmark movies. If that's your thing, you can go there. You may not discuss the title at all, but it's just sometimes people of like-minded interests. There are lots and lots of rooms. Sometimes there's no one in the room. Sometimes there's a bunch of people in the room, but it's just set up like a Zoom chat on a different platform than Zoom. It's so fun. I just can't emphasize enough how fun it is. Speed dating was something new last year, and I did it a little bit. I'm going to try it again this year. I don't know. I like the rooms better than the speed dating, but you have 5 minutes with a person that you're just randomly matched with. And you get to talk real quick, introduce yourselves, show any projects that you're working on or finished projects. It's so fun. It's, I think, the first weekend in December. I could be wrong, don't hold me to that, but that's when it's been in the past. But buy yourself a ticket. You'll not be sad about it. It's fun. And it gets you in the Christmas spirit. Back to this. So I was pulling out projects. I finished a lot of my things from Jingle Ball, the classes I took last year. There's one that I haven't finished that I want to work on. And the Liz Matthews one, I'm going to make some of those ornaments that were the little wreaths. I pulled this out, and then I pulled this out with no chart. Don't you wonder why I have this linen, this number 12 Stitch Co. linen, and all of these flosses that I pulled and curated? I have no memory of what I was stitching. I mean, maybe I finished something. I should go back in my stitchy planner and see if maybe I finished something with these. But it's already pulled. It's a nice set of Christmas colors if there's something I want to start. I don't know. If anybody knows what I was stitching, let me know, would you? Okay, let me throw this aside. Another Christmas whip. I don't know why I love Prairie Schooler Santas, yet have not finished one. I've started 2. This is one, and I decided to do it on, I think this is the Lori Holt 10 count, because I thought it would be fun as a stand-up or just something really big. I'm almost finished. Why have I not finished this? I cannot tell you why. This is the chart. I start out holding things up longer, and then I get distracted and I don't. But I love mail, and so this mail bag made me very happy. I mean, I still have to do the top of the mail bag. I should discipline myself and just finish this, shouldn't I? Okay, so I have that. I believe I used called for colors or something close if I didn't have it. And then another when I started, and this is Santa's Revisited, which is not the cardstock, but the reprints, I think, of them. And which one am I doing? I'm doing this one. And I decided to use leftovers from Friend Stitch last year. We were given the Cottage Garden threads, and it was the first time I had used them, and I really enjoy them. And I was just thought, like, what am I going to do with these? And because they are Pearl 8, you would use them on a lower count linen, you know, with bigger holes. So, oops, that's backwards. So this is Santa and how far I've come. I'm enjoying it. It's not your traditional Prairie Schooler colors, but I'm okay with that. I'm not a purist about that necessarily. I got stuck because although I was using those colors, I needed other colors. So I'm finding some of these are Pearl 8s that I bought just thinking they could go in nicely. I bought this one because I couldn't find this color in a Pearl 8. So I guess I will just use like the whole strand of it. This also might be what threw me because I got confused about what I should do. So 2 Prairie Schoolers I really should finish for Christmas. These whips tell me I have no business starting anything else for Christmas, yet I want to. Hey, what's this? Oh, this is fun. Here's another whip. I love these so much. And I believe the beloved Vonna Pfeiffer talked about these last year, and she said it could be cute to do on perforated paper. So I have a very minuscule start on perforated paper. I think it's this one. So I should do that, don't you think? I should finish that. And I have this in a Whipper Keeper, a little Christmas one. I feel like this was a gift last year from my Maine friends, maybe. But Stephanie makes a great project folder. This is what it looks like. And I have the flosses pulled. She has a little thread bed on one side, and it's really perfect for these smaller projects. Which reminds me, I'm still working on my grandchildren's stockings. I think after making like 8 or 9 of them, I get burnt out on it. I need to count them and see how many I have left to do and also finish that. I'm not sounding very convincing that I should be starting new Christmas projects, Amber. But I'll just show you what I pulled. I have this bag of hands-on design Christmas projects that I probably purchased at previous Jingle Balls. I have this chart, the tree lot. Cute. Probably wouldn't take that long. I have this chart, Oh Christmas Tree. Again, wouldn't take that long. And I have this chart, Very Merry, which also comes with the finishing piece. I have floss pulled. Actually, these, I think this did come from the Jingle Ball because I bought them as kits. There's really no reason why I shouldn't be stitching these because they're on black linen. That's part of it. This is from Keepsakes, and it's a 28 count Jobelin, so that wouldn't be too hard. But I also bought this R&R, what is this called? Oh, it's 32 count 18th century Blackbird linen by R&R, and it's a dark gray, and I thought they could be pretty on the dark gray. I like them better on the black, don't you think? Maybe I'll do some of each. We'll see. So that is something ready to go. I just need to start it. Those out the way. I really like this. I might have bought it from Kitten Stitcher, but I really think that makes a pretty ornament. I think it would stitch up pretty quickly. Maybe. I want to start that. Then bought this either a year ago or 2 years ago, don't know, but it's O Tannenbaum by Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. I think it's so cute. And I couldn't source the tray. I think she sold them on her website, which is countrystitches.com, I think. At the time this was released, and they're not available anymore. In some Facebook group, this past week or the week before, somebody had finished this and was asked where she sourced her trays. And I can't remember if this was her reply, but someone said Amazon. A 2-pack from Amazon. I think they were $12 for both of them. So I'll try to put that link down here as well if that's something that you're interested in. I think that's really cute. I need to stitch fast, don't I? Okay, that brings me, I think, to purchases because the 2 on top are Christmas purchases. I'll show you. Sherry from Colorado Cross Stitch is now recharting Birds of a Feather. That's pretty exciting. And this chart has been on a lot of people's unicorn list for a while, including my best friend Tam, which then made me want it. But look what just came. A Joyous Christmas. Look at that. I should start this right away. I'm not sure about the colors. I think it's a little too pastel maybe. And remember that pile of thread, that floss that I don't know to what it belongs? Maybe I could try to incorporate that into here. I just finished Sherry's Flosstube, and so she's doing the chart for the piece, and then for each one she is charting, pulling out a little bit and making a pillow. Isn't that cute? And she shows how she did this ruching in that last Flosstube. So that's real cute. And then while I was buying, look at this one with those little angels. Cute ornaments. She talks about how she finished those. I I think she said these are color charts. I haven't opened it up to look at it. But this is called Christmas Angel Ornaments. And then she's released one other one, which I think was a sampler. And she said she's going to try to do a couple releases a month. But those were the first ones. So that's pretty fun. Head on over there if you'd like those. I had mentioned Sassy Jacks. Rabbit Trail from watching Katie Strachan. She showed her Mother of Pearl collection. And I thought, oh, those are pretty. I want some. And I remembered seeing some on Sassy Jack's website. And, you know, I was just there 6 weeks ago, and I wish I would have thought to look at them in person. And maybe I did see them. But they come in these cute little boxes. But look at this thread winder. Isn't that sweet? Little Mother of Pearl thread winder. I got that. And then this floss drop Mother of Pearl. Oh, you can even see the opalescence in it. So I got those. That came this week. Speaking of Sassy Jacks, Kim does, it used to be once a year, and I think it's a couple times a year now. It's called Sampler Soiree. It's in person, but she also does it virtually. I think I understand it that way. It's coming up this weekend, and I signed up. And so I'm going to be doing that this weekend. Is anybody else going to be there? I would love to know if you are. My linen and floss arrived today, and we must be getting the chart in the class, which is good, because if it was a secret, you know I would have opened it, because I'm a bad girl like that. I open things before I'm supposed to, and just know that about me. Okay, those were those. I had mentioned crosshatch quilts in this quilt-like bag she made. So she just sold some bags this past week. It came so fast, and she's in Utah. But I bought this one and two other ones that are going to be gifts for friends when their birthdays come. Isn't that pretty? This is a Bonnie and Camille fabric line. Oh. Somebody posted in a Facebook group that there was a Blackbird out of print chart on eBay, and it was a decent price. So if anybody's interested, they should go look. I immediately looked. I knew it was one that I didn't have and I was interested in. So I bought this, America. And it was kitted with 28 count Lugana and anchor floss, which I thought was interesting, which is all in here. And I'm bad about acting first and then thinking later, but I didn't really look at the condition of it, and I went back and looked and it didn't really say, but this is pretty crinkly, as you can see. So I was a little disappointed in that, but it doesn't affect the chart on the back, so it's fine. I actually ironed it a little bit, because you can do that. I put a cloth over it and ironed it, and it's a little bit better, but that's fun to add to my collection. And y'all know me, and I was sent an email that there was an eBay listing with some shepherd bush stocking patterns that I didn't have. So I got, who is this? Tina and Sherry. There they are. I also got Harry, but I already have him, so I'm going to give him away. Aren't they cute? That's another thing I should be stitching for Christmas, but instead I'm just collecting, because, you know, that's a whole different hobby. I was gifted this SPB 1765 kitted project by the Sampler. I thought that was fun. And because I'm really enjoying the Scarlet Letter, and I love a Bristol. I love a Bristol. I have not finished a Bristol, but again, it's something I'm collecting, all the Bristols. My friend knew that I would love this. It will take me a lifetime, but oh, I love it. And that's another thing that I pulled out to work on last time that I have not, so I want to put some stitches in that. But it also came with the floss and the linen. I didn't even look to see what this is. I don't think it says, but it's a large piece of linen. Large piece of linen. Oh, I hope that's not how big it is. Oh, it came as a kit. This kit was not 50 count even weave. It says it's a 42-48 count linen. I'll look more into that. Okay, that was that. Barry, love you, Barry, from Stitchbook posted. She did an order for tomato bags, and I didn't order one because I don't need another bag. And then she posted last week that she was going to have some extras. So at 6 o'clock on a certain day, if you logged on, you could buy a bag. This is one of those things that I set an alarm in my phone so that I don't miss it and then hurry on there, and I got one. Look how cute. I love berry bags. They're not like quilts like Christie's bags, but I love them just the same. Look at them, they're works of art. So that's a berry bag, got that. Things are falling. Then Cedar River Linen has some new colors, and that was another thing that she posted. It was going to be at a certain time, and so I set an alarm and got right on there. So mine shipped pretty fast. Let's see if I can tell you the colors. And some of these may be her last set of new releases I just hadn't purchased. This is Coffee Stain, 46 count. I think that's pretty good representation of it. This is Pyrite, 46 count. Some nice modeling. This is also Pyrite, but in 40 count. And I love that there's just a little bit of difference in how the different counts dye. And then this one is Salt Ash, 40 count. Let's see, I think that's pretty good. Might have a little bit more gold to it than is what is showing on the screen. Maybe there. And we all know I needed no more linen, but I bought linen because that's how I do. Then my Tiger Lily subscription came. Do you want to see all of that? Here's the beautiful Project Keeper. There's probably a list that tells me what this is, but this is what's, oh, there's the list. The inside looks like. Let's see if I can tell you. The Botanist fabric from Caterina Rossella. I probably am saying all of that wrong, but that's what it says. And here are things that came with it. This darling acorn zipper pull. And this is great. This is Beth's card, Beth Wixon. This is information you need because Beth makes great things, as does her husband. Her husband is who makes the stitching trays that I have and love. And Beth makes those wonderful pumpkins and tomato pin cushions. They're just big and great, and I should go get one for you and show you. Maybe I'll try to put a picture in. I'm not very good at that, but we'll see. So Beth has a Facebook group, and I recommend joining because she has good stuff. She's also a finisher, so if you need things finished. Okay, so that was this cute acorn, and I think I looked at these when I met her in person, and possibly, I think the acorn comes apart. Maybe not this one. Oh, it does. It screws off. Look. So you could put a little something in there. I don't know what. Isn't that cute? Okay, that's that. These Built Quilt Classic Quilt Soft Notebooks were also included. I don't know if you can see those colors. These are really nice. I have too many notebooks, yet I love notebooks. So I'll find a good purpose for those. When I saw this, I thought, oh, this must be from Beth and husband, but it's not. I haven't opened it yet because I wanted to show you before I started using it. But this is a cute little ruler box. Similar to what I was saying that Beth's husband made, but theirs are bigger, although they have smaller ones too. And this is by Sally Criswell of Sally's Cross Stitch. Carrie from Tiger Lily likes to curate small businesses to put in her advent box. Oh, that's coming soon. And her subscription for her keepers. There's one more thing in there. Magnetic needle minder made by Oh Little Wren. That's really cute too. There was also candy in here. It was some kind of honey something. The candy doesn't make it long in this house before it's consumed. That's how we do. There are a few things that I would like to pass along to you if you are interested in a giveaway. So let's talk about that. You want to? And then I'm going to show you my knitting. Okay, first is this chart. I said I already have one. So let's make the word Harry. Use the word Harry. As in the name. Right? Yeah, as in the name Harry. If you're interested in this. I had shown you that our sweet Annie, the proper stitcher, gifted me some charts, and I'm going to pass along the ones I don't think I'll get to. First one is give thanks. So let's make the word give. Use the word give in your comment below. Let's make these be in the US. Be over 18. Hey, there are some under 18s who watch. Thanks, girls. Be over 18, and if you're not, have your mom or parent email me so I can ask for your address. Thankful you. Let's make the word be. I already did thanks, didn't I? Turkey, because there's a cute turkey on it. I wanted to gift these so you can still maybe get them and stitch them by Thanksgiving. Then. Remember I showed you my haul from Dying to Stitch last time? And I had my charts autographed and signed. So I was putting everything away. I already had this one. And I love it. But now I have two. So, what should our word be? Sampler. Let's make our word be sampler. Use the word sampler if you would like to be entered for this one. Also, don't use words such as prize, giveaway, win, that kind of thing, or else the bots get in and it gets ugly in the group. Okay, there are those. I'm going to show you some knitting. If that's not your thing, I totally understand. You won't hurt my feelings. Oh, two more things I was going to show you. I'll tell you. When I was finishing the Satsuma Street ornaments, there were two things that were very helpful. One is a designated pair of sharp paper scissors. So I don't use these on anything but paper. They're really great to cut your perforated paper. The other, and I think I learned on this from Colorado Cross Stitch Sherry, is Aleene's comes out with this little glue stick for finishing projects. And this was fantastic to glue on my hanger. And I just used upholstery thread before I adhered my sticky back to it. Okay, now back to knitting. Let's see what all I have to show you. I gotta reach. First, I have a finish. Look, I have another pair of socks finished. These are for my daughter, Lindsay. With my girls, if I don't force them to want something I made, but if they say, oh, I want one, then I'm like, okay, I'll make you one. So my daughter Julia has received a pair, and this is for Lindsay because she said she would like a pair. And when my yarn came from Legacy Fiber Arts, she was FaceTiming me, and I said, okay, do you like any of these? And she chose this set. So look, it's the vanilla sock pattern by Crazy Sock Lady, Kay, but I do a different heel and toe. So I don't know if, can you say that? People have asked for tutorials on beginner socks. So Crazy Sock Lady has a great vanilla sock tutorial. I use 9-inch circulars, but she also has it for magic loop. I can't remember if she has it for double pointed or not, but I use 9-inch circular. And it took a while to get used to it because it's like teeny tiny, but now that's what I love. Also, Earth Tone Girls has a fantastic beginner series, so I highly recommend watching those two. If you're a beginner or you want to start learning about knitting socks, those were great. Okay, back to this. This heel is Earth Tone Girls Shadow Wrap Heel. She sells a pattern, a sock pattern that has this in it, which I bought, but also I think she has a tutorial on it as well. And this, I don't know why a flap and gusset scares me, which is what the vanilla sock pattern has in it. And so I didn't want to do that. Shelly has a terrific sock pattern that's a garter stitch, and eventually she's going to do a tutorial and pattern for us. Right, Shelly? Antique Needleworker Shelly. Tiger Lily showed it to me in person, and I'm actually going to use it again on my next pair of socks that I'm working on in this bag. Anyways, one issue I have is I have a high instep, and from my beginner's understanding, a flap and gusset is better for a high instep, but it just seems complicated to me. So I think, and you can kind of see it on this thing, this stretcher thing, when I blocked it, I need my heel to be more here. So I'm going to try putting a few rows in before I actually start the wrap part of my next heel, including Shelly's method, which is a garter heel. And then the toe is called an umbrella toe. It's the crumpled sock pattern. Her name is also Kay, but I can't think of her last name. If you want more information, email me or ask in questions below. But I really like this toe. I've watched knitters they're not floss tubes, knit tubes now, and I hear that if you want to get better at socks, you just keep knitting socks. And I'm finding that to be true. You're going to have mistakes and you just keep going with it. But I'm finding that where I'm joining my color is getting better. Things are getting better. So this is a finish. I had shown you the sock I made for my husband, which is too big. I don't know what I did wrong because I'm making the second sock now, and this seems like a normal size sock. So he's going to have one, and I'm doing everything the same. So this is the second sock, which I'm more pleased with. I think if I want to, I have enough that I can probably do another sock, and so he can have matching socks. I don't know, but for now, I'm just moving forward. Again, vanilla sock pattern is what I start with and what I knit down to, which is just stockinette. You've got 2x2 ribbing and then stockinette all the way around. Oh, here are the 9-inch circulars I was talking about. Okay, so that's that. You guys, I got the nicest gift in the mail. Look what Jill made me. Isn't that sweet? She had commented that she was going to be at Stitch New England, and we were excited to meet each other. And then I couldn't go to Stitch New England because Graham was in the hospital. And so she sent this to me because she was going to give it to me there. And I love it so much. She said that she likes to have a project bag for the season or to match her socks, which is funny because this pair, my project bag was Christmas because it's what I had. So I decided I had to cast on a pair of socks to go with it to be all folly. This is another Legacy Fiber Art color. This is called Shiz University, and it's in her Halloween line because it's from Wicked. And let's see if I have the label for this one. This one is called Breathe. And this is her fingering weight. This was a sock kit. So I have this one cast on. I think I have a couple more rows. I'm trying to decide. This is 60 rows and I think a 15 round rib. I've been wearing the 2 pair of socks that I made, and I love them so much that I want more socks and I need to knit faster. So I'm thinking about making my first pair of shorties, but this is a fall color, so is that silly? I'm trying to decide the right amount of ribbing and the right height of the leg I want for a perfect sock for me, and so that I can knit more socks so I can get more done. So anyways, that's that. I had told you about my emotional support chicken. Excuse my pattern. I have a good start on it. excuse all that. I'm ready for the body now. This is also a sock set, not a sock set, a yarn set from Legacy Fiber Arts. Can you tell I love Chelsea and Sue? Because I do. And Rachel from Treehouse Fiber Arts, who films with Sue, anxiously awaiting your next Flosstube, girls. But this is a set from Legacy Fiber Arts for the Emotional Support Chicken. And it came with all of this. So I would like to sit down and keep working on this. I know she doesn't watch me, but one of my daughters is getting ready to have surgery, and I think an emotional support chicken will be good on her tummy when you have to cough after those kind of surgeries. So I want to get this finished. I need more time in my day, don't I? The Advent things are starting to come, and I had posted one of them I got from Legacy Fiber Arts a couple months ago. I had it 6 weeks maybe, and I said, oh, how long before I open it? And I let it sit and did not open it. And I was all stressy a couple weeks ago, and I opened every single one of them. It's the 4 Sundays, and I opened them, and I loved them, and I'm excited. But I can't show you because it's a secret. Speaking of that, Sue and Chelsea have more Advent sock kits that they're listing tonight at 6 o'clock. Let's hope I get this posted and up by tonight at 6 o'clock. What day is this? This is October. Hold on, I'll tell you. It's so bad to ever know the date. This is Wednesday, the 23rd of October. So 6 o'clock tonight, they're going to list some. In her shop right now, she has the Cookie Exchange, which is 12 sets, sock sets, I believe. And she's going to have the Sundays, which is 4 sock sets, and then the full Advent in DK and I think fingering. I know DK. So if you're interested in those, tonight at 6 o'clock, get yourself some. The other thing I have, this is from Woolens and Nosh, and it's the 2024 Advent. Now, because I'm new at this, I didn't realize how it worked. I ordered the DK accidentally, but I'm kind of excited to make a pair of DK socks because I think they'll knit up faster. And this comes sticking out of the bag. I cannot show you what's inside the bag, except when I got it, here it is. There was something sticking out so that you could see. And the way her Advent works is it's self-striping yarn, and you stitch a color a day. And when you get to the next color, you stop. Isn't that fun? Have I peeked in this bag? I absolutely have, but I can't remember because I have a short memory, but it's pretty fun. So these are gone for this year, but know that for next year. Those are an option. I think that is everything I wanted to tell you. There could be more, I don't know. But until next time, remember that every day we wake up is a gift. Use the gift of today well. Love people well. Love yourself well. Happy stitching. I'll see you next time. Okay, one more thing. Instead of inserting a picture, because I'm not very good at it, these are the pumpkins I was telling you about that Beth Wixon makes. It's heavy. Here's another one. And then she also makes one that's a tomato. Her Facebook group is called the Kentucky Needler. And that way you can also go on there to find her. Okay? Oh, and that's my little fall round thing.